Hi there and welcome back. I'm back with the woodland walk videos. Still not sewn them in, but I have been back to the sewing machine and sewn in the things that I wanted to. So some of the page edges, I've just put a few stitches in there just to catch that. And when we did a count through, it looked as if I needed about 6 more pockets. So I've looked at what kit pockets I've got, and I've got enough for 2 in each one. And then let's have a look. Ooh, grab them. So I've got 8 of these little tiny pockets, so I've just cut 6 out, so 1 can go in each one. And then I've got some variety of pockets from the kit, so some envelopes, some file folders, and I've just, you know, glued them together to make pockets, and I've inked around them, so 1 each can go in. And then for, where are we? Yeah, but I can't find it. Come on. Nah. For these ones, these envelopes just fit perfect. Well, they're probably a fraction bigger, which is unfortunate, but so I thought actually they'd be nice stuck there, and then you've got a pocket there. So I've got 12 of those. So the journals, I've got 2 of these in each, one what goes sideways and one what comes downwards. So we've got, you know, 4 pockets for each one there. So I was left with, oh, I need another 2 pockets. So I've just been sitting the last hour thinking and doing and coming up with 2 other pockets. So that's what we're going to do now. So out of my scraps, I've got some of this cream card left from a project. It's a little bit longer than that. I've cut it down to about 6 inches, and I'm going to, where's the scorer? Ooh, I'll put it back in. Let me grab it. I'm going to score it at 1/2 inch either side. And because it's not very wide, this piece, I'm going to do it between 1/4 and 1/2, just so I'm not losing too much height. So if we fold that down on the score line. So nice simple pocket. Obviously you can do these in all shapes and sizes. And I'm going to turn it to the back. This is the top part. I'm just going to cut that upwards like that, so when you fold it in, can you see there that you can kind of see that bit. So we just cut that off for neatness. I'm going to go in at an angle to that line and then up like that, and up like that, and then we can fold it down and it all fits nicely. So just score that down. So that's going to be his pocket. So it's about the width of a page. It's just under, which is why I cut it down to 6 inches, because I thought once I've scored it, it'll be, you know, a nice pocket to have all the way across. So I'm just going to ink around the edges. You don't really end up seeing a lot of the edges, but I thought I'd do it anyway. Okay, so I've got this lace. I've had it in my stash for absolutely ages. And I thought, oh, it's every time I've gone to use it, thinking, oh, I'll make some pockets. I thought, by the time, you know, you cut this bottom bit off, there's not a lot left to it, but it's perfect size for these pockets. So all I'm going to do is I'm just using Bailey Art, which is very much like art glitter. I'm just going to glue it around the edges, and I will be going back to the sewing machine after I finish this video, and I will just sew it around. So when I sew it, I'll, you know, take these flaps up because I don't want to catch them and just go around. So the lace will kind of make a little pocket in front of the pocket. So I'm just going to lay that across there like so. Just give it a minute just to tack on. Okay, and then turn it over and cut it down, and then just cut this excess off, being careful not to cut my I want to call that a hinge, a gusset. Okay, so that will be a little pocket in there, and then you'll have your pocket there. So, and then it'll have some stitching around. So I'm glad it obviously used my scrap bits of card up, and I've used quite a bit of this because, you know, I've sat and done the other 6. I only had 5 pieces of this card, so I've just used scrapbook paper for the other one. So that's those. They'll be going to my sewing machine. Put their lace back. And then the other pocket was, I don't know if you can remember, what did I rip this down for? I did it in the last video, and I ended up having to use 3 whole sheets of 12 by 12, and then ended up with 6 pieces this side size left over. Did I cannot remember. Oh, when I did the envelopes, let me show you. These, I put this paper inside, so it isn't something that you pull out, it is stuck down, and yeah, so I was left with this kind of piece, and I've got 6 of them. So I thought, oh, I'll just make a, you know, basic pocket, exactly the same as we've just done the cream one. Obviously it's just a taller, thinner one, whereas the other one's, you know, a wider, shallower one. So I'm just going to ink around it like so, and I've got a roll of clear stuff, and I'm going to make a pocket over the top. So we're going to measure this, which is, oh, it's a funny length. So let's say it's 3.5 inches, and I'm going to attach it with double-sided tape because, you know, this really doesn't stick down great, so tape is you know, good. Could do it with the stapler. So that was 3.5 inches, and then if I want 2 of these at the, you know, 1 each side, that's 1/2 inch. So we're talking, we want the plastic 4.5 inches wide. So I've got my scoreboard, and I'm going to try and, you know, it's a bit hard to see, obviously, because it is see-through, but you know, we'll try that as best we can. And I'm going to use my knife to go a longer, because I tried to cut it with scissors and obviously, you know, it didn't go very well. That was a lot easier. I want to cut some of this off because I don't want it as tall as my original pocket. I've just been doing these ones, you know, willy-nilly. I've not measured them. I've just, you know, cut so much off. Let me put that lid on and pop that away because I don't need that anymore. And I don't need that anymore. Okay, so we've got our pocket, and I'm going to put the double-sided tape on. Again, obviously, this is quite fiddly because it's see-through. So I'm just going to try and lay that down. Yeah. And, I mean, luckily, you can peel it off if it's not, you know, straightish. And it only has to be straightish. It doesn't have to be, you know, perfect. It's quite off. I think this piece of plastic's quite wonky actually. Okay, best we can, best we can. Okay, so we'll cut that off, do it across the other side. I wonder if I can do it better that way. Yeah, that was a bit better. Cut that off, and then one across the bottom. I'll start it after that one and finish it about there. Okay, this is by the brand Cello Tape. Okay, so I'm then going to fold it that way. And that way. Just press it with my nail a bit just to make a bit of an indentation. Okay. Got this pocket, we've inked around it, so let's peel this off. Yep, like so, and we'll try and line the bottom up. Ooh. Oh, that measurement didn't serve me well, did it? How come it's ended up so small? Anyway, ignore that bit. We'll fold that around. It's gonna be hard to stick because there's hardly any there. And we'll stick that over there. Yeah, that messed up. The ones that I did off screen, they didn't mess up. Just this one. Okay, so I'll just cut that off. I don't know how that's happened. Unless I've done it the wrong way around. Maybe that way was the width. Yeah, it's not really gonna fit, but I can't really take it off without ripping the paper. So I think what I'll do is I'll just cut down there without going into my fold. That's it. It'll still stick down. It'll be fine. What's happened here? Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna have to cut that side down as well. Oh, I don't know. If I clip that, it might do. Right. Oh, what a mess. Anyway. So that is the pocket. So you've got a clear one here and then one behind, and obviously I've made 5 others. So we've got 6 altogether. So yeah, and that's the only one that really went wrong. So I think, how long have we been on? Oh, not very long at all. So shall we stick, let's stick like 6 pockets in this one. I can just pause and run to the sewing machine and sew one of those. In fact, I'll do that now, and then we can do the all 6. So we're going to want 3 in each side. We obviously know we want those behind those flap things. So we've got like a kit, 2 kit ones to put in, and 2 of those, 1 of those. So if we have 1 of those back and front, 1 of those back and front, say that's the back and the others are the front. Let's have a look. So when we first looked through, we said that we didn't want anything on that page. I think we said we'd have something on this page. So we could have, oh, that's pretty. The pink looks lovely against that, and then the green. And we don't have to use that pocket, we can use that one. I think with that I'll go like that. No, I'm not liking that against that paper. Ooh, that matches that. No, it's too much, isn't it? I think I like that one. So I'll do it, I'll glue 3 sides, and then it can be a pocket at the back of it as well. Yep. So we'll try and get middle-ish. Straighten that up a little bit. Okay. I hope these aren't too difficult to sew in, because obviously I've never put all the ephemera, well, I will have put the ephemera in before I've sewed it up. But I have done it before. It's not too difficult. Okay, so that's that one. Have I got any plastic sheets? Yeah. Just put that there to protect it, the glue. Okay. I've left some of the cotton because I quite like it. Right. So I've obviously got plenty there. You could have one there. So we'll stick that one like so. Am I sticking it all the way down? I think I am. Am I? No, I'll do it in 3 sides. Excuse me. I've got a frog in me throat. Okay, I'll just do it just above the you know, where it folds up. Okay, so I've obviously got a pocket there and then a pocket behind. So that's 2. And then that's the middle, isn't it? So I think I probably have a pocket on this one. I would have one of these ones. About, is it shining on the screen? Now, I think I'm going to use Fabri-Tac because I think that will stick that down. Didn't do it on that side because you would see the gunk kind of the Fabri-Tac, whereas, you know, it doesn't matter when it's on the back because you won't see it. So yeah, I think there's enough, you know, pockets and tucks in after these 6 are in. Obviously, we've got to put things into the pockets and what have you. But I think after we've got them sewn together, I'm going to probably go, you know, page by page and decorate what we need to decorate. Okay, that's that side. Sorry, the glue's a bit slow. It is on the last, it's the last legs, but I want to use it all up. It has gone quite goopy. Okay, it'll take me a lifetime to do all 6 of those. Okay. I'll give it a good press down. Just getting the glue out of the way. That should be fine. Oh, nice. Okay, I've got that first piece of plastic. Put that there. So that's the 3 in that side, isn't it? And then we've got the back side. So we'll find that. I don't like doing them on plain ones because I just think you can, you know, write in them, on them. Okay, so I don't want one there or there. We have got that one. Could have really done with doing them a little bit short. You know, not as wide. That is quite close. Okay, so there's that one. I don't want one covering that. We've got a thingy one here, so let's pop that down. So I'm going to do that way. Again, I will do it 3 sides because you could pop something in there, little card or bit of paper. Make sure we're not in the crease. Lovely. Okay. One there. I've got one on there. Plain one there. Got the other side of that one. And we've got that one. So it's looking like I might put, could have that one there, or there. I quite fancy it at the towards the top. Yeah, let's do it towards the top. Lovely. So we can obviously decorate that when we come to decorating. And then the other one was up here, wasn't it? This one. And we'll pop that there. We'll go right to the edge with that one. Oh, I need to sew it, don't I? So that's going to be there. So let's pretend that's in. And let's see how we're going now. Yeah, coming along lovely. The middle is still, you know, clear, so it will, you know, make it easier to sew it all in. I'm just going to have to make sure, you know, everything's in its right place. So the smaller bits, you know, if I want to catch a middle one and a bottom one or a top one, I mean, that's about perfect to catch two, or if I wanted it higher like so, that would catch two as well, but I do like it towards the bottom. Yeah, I don't think there's too many smaller pieces. Is that the only one? Oh, then there's this one, which, yeah, that would catch both. I probably would do that more middle. Yeah, and that's it. So there's not a lot to, you know, make sure I keep in place. So we'll get those sewn in next week's videos. Perhaps do a short video again on the Friday, just sewing them in, and then the Saturday, Sunday we will start decorating. So I've got this pocket at the front, so that will want decorating. We obviously want to decorate this. I'm probably going to keep keep that blank, because I do think that would be nice for somebody to collage in that themselves. And then we'll put some bits on these things, but I don't want to, you know, I'm not going to decorate all three of them. Probably just decorate the front one, and then that leaves a bit, you know, for somebody else to do. Lovely. Oh, I'm looking forward to doing that. Okay, so I'm going to nip to my machine now, get those sewn, and then I'll sit here and do the other 5 journals, so they're all back to the, you know, same part, and then they'll be all ready to get sewn in. Okay, thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.